Okay, so I'm going to show you how to create a coded presentation about your bird. The first thing is you need an image of your bird, but we do want it to be a transparent background, so I'm going to show you how to do that. The first thing you need to do is you're going to go to Google Images, and you want to type in the name of your bird. This is my bird. Now, do you see how this all has background in it? I don't want it to have background, so I'm going to click on Tools, and under Color, I'm going to choose Transparent. And when I do that, you can see I get all sorts of cardinals with a white-looking background, but it actually is clear or transparent. Once you find one you like, you can right-click and save that image to your computer. And just note, you want to right-click and save the large image, not the little thumbnail, okay? So right-click, Save Image As. I'm going to save to my desktop, but you can probably have a place to save it to. So there's my cardinal, okay? Now I'm going to go to the program where I'm going to code my presentation, and that is called Scratch. So I'm going to go scratch.mit.edu. Okay, here I am in Scratch. I'm already logged in, but if you're not logged in, up here there'll be a place for you to log in or to create a login. So it's important, you do have to have a login for Scratch for it to work. So what we're going to do is we are going to click on Create. This is our stage where we make everything we need to make our presentation, but this is our background. It's called a stage. We want to actually draw the habitat of our bird back there. So I'm going to click to highlight the stage, to tell the program I want to manipulate the stage, and then I'm going to click on the paintbrush. Do you see what happens? Now I have this area over here, and this is where I'm going to draw my background. It will appear over here. Right now I have two backgrounds. Just hit an X to get rid of one of those, and you're going to draw your backgrounds. I'm going to draw some trees. These are all just pretty basic tools that you can use. So, and I can pick a brown color. It's sort of like using paint. It's not a very fancy program at all. So you can see there's a tree. And I'm going to make it look like some bark is on this tree. I can change how fat my line is. I actually picked a line tool and I wanted a scribble tool, so scribble tool, there we go. And this is just going to be some bark. I need to have some bark on my tree. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and create a whole background and I'll come back with you. Alright, so now I have my background. Scratch does not automatically save for you, so I have to tell it I want it to save. Before you do that though, I would give it a name. So I'm going to call it my name, and then I might say the name of the bird, and then presentation. So I'm going to go File, Save Now, and now it's saved. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to click back and I want to start manipulating the characters. Now, this is called a sprite. In Scratch, we call all of the characters sprites. We don't need a cat sprite for this one, so what we're going to do is right-click and delete. So we don't need that. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to get a new sprite, and we're actually going to upload it from our computer. So we're going to click on this folder, and then you're going to go find the image from earlier. So there's my cardinal. Now this cardinal is really, really big, right? And so I want to resize it. When you coding uses a lot of mathematics. So we don't want to go in and try to resize it right here. And in fact, you can't. Like, I can move it around, but there's no tools to resize it. Code, we're really telling the program what to do. So we have to say when something happens. So we're going to say when the green flag is clicked, because that's what we do to start every single Scratch we ever create. We're going to say when the green flag is clicked, we want this sprite, which is the sprite that's highlighted, and this is all the script for that sprite. We want it to look smaller. So we're going to say set size, and you can change that number to whatever you want. So let's say 50%, so half as large. So now I'm going to click on the green flag and let's see what happens. Oh, that's kind of nice. That might be the size I want, right? So if that is the size you want, you just leave it that way. If it's not the size you want, let's say you wanted it smaller, you just change that and click again, it'll make it smaller. Let's say I want to get rid of this branch for some reason. I don't want it. I can click on my costumes. And there's this tool right here. This is actually no color. That says I don't want any color there. And you can change your brush size to a little bit larger. And you can actually erase things you don't want. So I don't really want this, right? So I'm just going to erase it, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, that looks good enough to me, and maybe I actually want there to be a branch there, so if that's the case, I could click back on my backdrop, and then I can just draw a branch here. So I'm going to do that really, really quickly. Right? Okay, perfect. So I'm going to click back over, click on my cardinal, and then move my cardinal to wherever I want it to be. There it is. Now I want something to happen when this cardinal appears on the screen. And what I want to have happen is I want the person to hear some facts about my cardinal, right? So you've already written a report about your bird, so you should know some things about it. So I'm going to show you how to code that. So to code for recording sound, you're going to go to Events, and you want something to happen when a key is pressed. So we're going to drag over when space key is pressed, and you could change it to up, down, right, left. For this project, don't pick any of the letters, but you could change it to whatever you want. I'm going to choose space. Okay, and then we want to go to sound, and we're going to say play sound. Now, right now, if we were to test that, if I push the green and then I push the space bar, you're going to hear pop. Is that pop? Right. So we don't want the actual sound to be a pop, we want it to be a recording. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the down triangle, and we're going to choose record. Here we are. And it has a recording, and we actually can make a recording here. So to make a recording, what you do is you're going to actually click this circle button. You will speak whatever it is you want to record. You'll hit the square button to stop, and then you'll hit the play button to see if it actually played or not. It's pretty cool. You can get into effects and stuff, but for this project, we just want to hear a few facts about your bird. So I'm just going to do one fact. This is the American cardinal. It likes to live in pine trees. Okay, so I recorded it. Push this button. Let's test it and see if it plays.
This is the American cardinal. It likes to live in pine trees.
Perfect. Okay, so I can name this if I want. I might say pine trees, so I know that that's what I was talking about. I want to go to File, and I want to save, and I can go back to my scripts. Now it's not going to say play sound pop. I want it to play what sound? Pine trees, what I just recorded, right? So I click on that. I'd probably save it again. Now, if I push the green button, perfect. Now if I push the space bar.
This is the American cardinal. It likes to live in pine trees.
Perfect. So when you're all done, you want to save it again. And then you want to click on share because that means other people can see it. And this is what it looks like when other people see your project. And you can make some notes here if you want. You can give credit. So let's test it out. I'm going to push the green button. And I'm going to push space bar.
This is the American cardinal. It likes to live in pine trees.
Check that out. Then you've coded your presentation. Don't forget to include a few facts. Your teacher will tell you how many he or she wants you to include. And I hope you enjoyed this video.